Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Expanded Guide. Today, Travis and I, the Expanded Guide buddies, are talking about Parallel Roland Banks. If you don't know what a parallel investigator is, honestly, you're not missing too much. But they are print-and-play investigators that you can find on Fantasy Flight websites that are basically just a redesign, a reimagining of the character. The idea is still there. Generally, they're more complex. Roland is more complex than the original Roland.
Yeah, they basically existed for the sake of existing to get new content to people during the pandemic.
Yeah, and I'm honestly, I'm
not upset by it.
They're fun.
Yeah, it's neat.
Roland Banks. And how you can play with them is that there's a parallel side front and parallel side back, so you can mix and match.
Yeah,
you can do parallel back with normal front.
Yeah, you can have this front and then play blue 0 to 5 and yellow 0 to 2, or you could play get a clue from killing a guy, but with this card pool, which is a choice.
Yes. Or you can just, as we're going to be talking about today, just do parallel front and parallel back, which is how we're going to be talking about this Roland Banks today.
Yeah.
So Roland Banks is pretty neat. However, I will just say up front, I'm going to try to be as positive as I can, but every time I play with a parallel Roland, I'm always like, man, I wish you were just getting a clue when you killed an enemy.
Yeah.
But
it's really tough that he only gets Guardian 0 to 3. That's a really weird choice to make.
Yes.
Especially when Skids get 0 to 5. And Wendy gets 0 to 5 too, and they're much stronger.
Yes.
That was a really weird choice.
So his stat line is 3 brain, 3 book, 4 fist, 2 foot, soaks for 9 and 5. In a deck creation, you choose 3 different directive assets to add to your deck. We will get to those on the next slide, so we'll explain more of those in detail then. As a lightning bolt, you can flip one of them face down, ignoring its permanent keyword. Limit once per game. His Elder Sign effect is +2, and choose a directive asset. You may ignore its regulation ability this round. It's actually a nice Elder Sign. Being able to just turn one of those off, especially if it's on your first action, is very beneficial.
Yeah, on a +2 as well. It's pretty good. Usually +2 Elder Signs are garbage.
Yes, yeah. His deck building is 30, Guardian 0 to 3, Insight 0 to 3, Tactic 0 to 3, and Neutral 0 to 5. He also starts with 5 additional bonus experience because reasons.
I knew he was bad, Justin.
Yes. His strength is the flexible directives, which once again what we're going to get to, where we're going to spend the majority of time talking about Roland, and also the extra XP, and his weakness is the weaker card pool. The Guardian 0-3 does suck a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes you, I kind of understand what's there, I guess, thinking about it, is that they want to really push you into playing a different...
Yes.
Back if you just have the blue 0 to 5 and yellow 0 to 2,
it's just the same.
You basically you get the Guardian cards, and then you have most of the insights and you have most of the tactics. So I don't like it. Each
Parallel Investigator comes with advanced versions of their signatures. So the advanced Roland 38 special, spend an ammo fight, you get +2 fists with this attack. If there are 1 or more clues in your location, you get +4 instead. This attack deals +1 damage, and if it defeats an enemy and there are no clues in your location, you place an ammo on Roland's 38 special.
That's really good.
Yeah, it is very good. The advanced versions...
extremely strong.
The advanced versions are, juicy.
Yeah, that's a really strong signature weapon to have.
They do come with a worse advanced weakness, usually, and this one it comes with 4 clues instead of 3. So you have to just spend 1 more action on getting it off.
Honestly, that is 100% worth it for the upgrade.
Yeah.
38, I think.
Yeah, because cover up, if it shows up at a right time, it's basically just a negative tempo. But it also can show up at the bad time, but also can just show up, be gone, and then you're like, I've done it.
Yeah, you definitely have the tools in your colors and your deck pool or your card pool to find the 38 special consistently enough to use it as sort of a main weapon.
Yeah.
And you're not going to see cover up more often than you would playing normal Roland, so what's 1 more clue?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's get to the directives. So these are 5 directives. You're going to choose 3 of them to add to your deck. And they each have a positive and then basically a rule you need to follow, a regulation, if you will. Yeah. The due diligence is you cannot fight more than twice each round. And then as a lightning bolt during a skill test while investigating and invading or parlaying, exhaust this directive. You get +2 skill value for this test for each enemy engaged with you. Red tape is you cannot play more than 2 cards each round, and when you play an insight or tactic event, you can exhaust it to gain fast. This is one I commonly see. It's a very good. Yeah. It's very good. Because how often are you going to need to play 3 cards in a round that it's going to cause you to lose the game? Very unlikely.
Yeah, I mean, that could be like an ability printed on an investigator, just the reaction without the can't play more than 2 cards each round. That could just be like what an investigator does, right? The first insight, or when you once per round when you play an insight tactic, it gets fast.
Yeah.
But
the Consult Experts directive is you cannot voluntarily assign damage or horror to ally assets. You have 1 additional ally slot. Seek the Truth is while your location has 1 or more clues, you cannot commit cards to skill tests unless you have discovered a clue this round. And then after you discover a clue, if an enemy is at your location, exhaust it to draw a card. And then Leave No Doubt is you cannot have moved more than twice each round, and you get +3 sanity. So you're a 9/8, baby. So you're choosing 3 of these, so there is a lot of flexibility you can do with your planning and like your choice and play style for this Parallel Roland.
I mean, you kind of really are only picking 2.
Yeah.
Because you're going to take the +3 sanity.
Yeah, +3 sanity is really nice. Being a 9/8 is very nice.
Yeah, that plus, like, and the regulation being can't move more than twice each round. Like, how often do you have to move more than twice around?
Yeah. Because then you can kind of just, like, plan for it, right?
And, like, worst case scenario is if you're in, like, a situation where you need to move more than twice each round, you can just flip it face down.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure I've ever seen anyone use that.
Honestly, yeah. Because you kind of just, like, have it in your mind. You just kind of have it in your mind. You're like, I can't do this. I like Red Tape a lot. The fast is really good. I've played with the Consult Experts. I have played with Seek the Truth. The one I haven't played with was Due Diligence, but I imagine that's because the majority of the time I've seen Roland or played Roland was with 2 players, where I think it's kind of... I think this is great for like a 3rd player Roland, kind of like a flex Roland.
Yeah, I want to try Parallel Roland with that one. The one time I played him, I played Red Tape, Consult Experts, and Leave No Doubt. And then I ended up just ignoring Red Tape forever because I wasn't allowed to pass tests.
Yeah.
So I took all the insights and tactic events that made me do that out of my deck. Yeah. And then just play a bunch of allies.
Yeah, you made your Rube Goldberg machine because we made tests unfun for you.
I got bullied.
Yeah. But yeah, so like there's kind of like the different type of thing. I will say from what I've seen of the Seek the Truth, like I can believe stories where it's good. But in 2 players, I've seen the Seek the Truth has like drawn 1 card over 7 scenarios, which is not like... I think in like 3 or 4 players, Seek the Truth goes up in value because it's very likely that someone's going to grab an enemy. You can grab a clue and then kill that enemy. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't really get what they were thinking with that one.
But yeah, there's a lot. I do agree with Travis. The Leave No Doubt is kind of just an easy include. Like, that's just an easy one. And then you can kind of build the flavor of Roland that you want.
So, like, if your location has 1 clue, you can't commit cards until you get it.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
But if it has more than 1 clue, and after you get a clue, if an enemy's at your location, you exhaust to draw a card.
Yeah, so after you get a clue if an enemy's there, you draw a card. So it's card draw, but, like...
I guess you're supposed to play it with cards like Working a Hunch.
Scene of the Crime.
And, Scene of the Crime.
Yeah.
I guess it's okay with those. Parlay is like... Or the Parlay one's Interrogation. That one's really awkward with it, because you can't commit cards to it, and you have 4 fist.
Yeah.
to the 3 test or whatever it is, so...
Yeah. But like I said, I think that one goes up in value when someone else grabs the enemy and you can just be like, hey, I'm going to turn this into card draw, baby. All right, why don't we get into the core set? What time is that? 8:45?
Long intro.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to say about this guy. So, Travis, why don't you take the core set?
Sure. We have evidence. Play after you kill an enemy, get a clue. This is good. These are things you want to do. Working a Hunch, I just talked about how this card was good with one of the things.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of cards here that are here just because they're insights. Not necessarily because they're like... It's particularly good with Parallel Roland, but they are good cards.
Yeah.
And there's stuff that normal Roland can't play.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's where Drawn to the Flame fits in. Though Drawn to the Flame and, like, having it be fast and then still having 3 actions to deal with whatever card you drew is pretty sick.
It's very nice, yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I guess the fast one plays really well with the Discover a Clue one, too, with these. And Draw the Flame fast, draw a card, and then...
Yeah.
Especially if you draw an enemy.
Yeah, I think actually, like, with all these insights, you should, unless they already have fast on them, you should assume that they're now fast. Like, it's even, like, a very quiet thing, because just burning the Midnight Oil now just is gain 2 resources, investigate as a fast action. Like, they all just go up in value if you choose that directive.
Yeah. Got Dodge here is like a solid level 0 blue card. Dynamite Blast is very good fast.
Yeah.
As evidenced by the level 3 version.
Yeah.
Just having it natively. A little expensive, though. Elusive is a very powerful off-color tactic that you get to play. Same thing with Cunning Distraction. Cunning Distraction is a little bit pricey, but it does always have that Brain Wild symbol, just like really fantastic symbols. So good.
Yeah.
Great one of for your deck. And then like actual blue cards, we have a 45 on max. You gotta shoot stuff. And despite me talking up to 38, that can't be the only weapon in your deck.
No.
Don't do that.
No. You'll need some more stuff.
Yeah. And then we got Beat Cop level 0. Gives you +1 punch.
Yeah.
Nice. Make sure you kill stuff good. Guard Dog is a great way to not get value. Don't play this with the one that gives you an extra ally slot. It doesn't go good.
Yeah, you can still play it if you're not, but you can't voluntarily put damage if you're playing with that directive, so don't run Guard Dog then.
Yeah, but it's still a solid blue card. Vicious Blows, Staple, Emergency Cash, Staple, Guts or Power Perception, and Expected Courage. All things stats that you care about, and solid way to fill in your deck.
And you're also like Roland, which means that you're kind of you have the stat line where the game, I've said this before, the game would be so much better if everyone had a Roland stat line, because then these cards would matter more. But now that there's people that have
the hyper efficient stat lines are
tough.
Yeah, it's not even so much the difference between a 4 and a 5, I think. It's just the fact that they're so good at 2 things.
Yes.
And then they're garbage at the things that don't matter.
Yeah, and when the things that don't matter are gonna happen to you less.
Yeah, we talk about, for example, Mandy's stat line a lot being just absolutely insane, and it's not because she has 5 book, it's because she has 1 fist.
Yeah.
Her stat line couldn't be better unless she had 0 fist.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and the Flashlight's just a solid way to get clues.
Oh yeah.
And then our upgrade cards from the core set, we got Sure Gamble, which is a really cool...
Yeah, it's cool you can play that.
Yeah, really fun insight that you get. This is an insight, it turns out. It's pretty neat. We have our upgrade Beat Cop, who is very good, actually, for all kinds of parallel Rolands. Gives you a +1 fist, and then you can still use the ability, even if you've taken the ally slot directive, because you're not choosing to assign damage to it. It's part of the cost. Yeah. So you can still... This has come up with Greet Wagner, and I guess we don't talk about the Sandy one.
No.
Field Agent.
But it also works for Field Agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Scarlet Keys. Extra ammunition is just you put more bullets on your gun. It's
especially your Rolands, you're unique.
It's a good way to build around that.
Yeah.
And Police Badge is a nice solid accessory for him. There's a ton of competition there. +1 brain, puts you up to 4. It's good in 2 actions. It's just... Someone getting 2 actions is...
Anytime we can talk about Police Badge, it's a good day.
It is a good day.
All right, on to Dunwich. We have Shortcut. It's a staple. It's fast. You can find a link down to... If you see one of those little bubbles in the top right of the card, you can find a link down in the description to that. Emergency Aid. You can heal 2 damage from an Investigator or an ally. This is really good if you're doing the Rube Goldberg, Beat Cop, Greta Wagner machine. It's also an insight.
Yeah, it feels a lot less bad when it's fast.
Yes, definitely.
A lot less bad.
Delve to Deep also can be fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of nice, because then once again you have 3... most of the time when you're playing this game, when you play Delve to Deep, you have a plan for it. But now you have an extra action for that plan.
Usually I'm going to resign after this.
Yes. Preposterous Sketches gives you cards if there's a clue on your location, which is actually a big part of a lot of your directives, and it also can be fast.
Yeah.
Prepared for the worst, find your weapons. Bandolier, hold more weapons. Leadership level 0. It's just a good card to help other people out, and it's also here because it's practiced, and the upgrade's going to be relevant later on. I put Emergency Cash 2 here. I'm going to be completely honest, because there was a card that was from Carcosa in here, and I realized after editing, so I just put eCash 2 in here, because everyone likes more resources and cards. And
it does play well with the backpack that you want to play in him, probably.
Yeah.
As a supply, you can put on that, so that's pretty sick.
Yeah. And then we have Flare, which also can be fast. All these things being fast are kind of sick.
Flare in general is just insane.
You get a +3, 2 damage, and you exile. Or if you're doing if you need to find a Greta Wagner, this can reduce its cost by 3. Right.
And also you get to find it.
Yes, and you also get to find it. Yeah. Yeah, no, Flare is a great card. If you haven't played with it, you should try it out. It's
so good.
It's very good. Brother Xavier is a really strong ally. You do not probably want to play him with that one directive that takes up your gives you extra allies. But he gives you brain and can soak for other people, and he deals damage. He's really good. Upgraded Stand Together. While you can't play it fast, it still is holy hell, 4 actions times 2, 8 actions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't play it fast, but you do need especially if you're playing like an insight and sort of an event-based build, you need that those resources and cards to function. So.
Oh, yeah. Keen Eye, it's a permanent. You can spend money to get more book or fist until the end of the phase.
Roland's probably in there.
It is, yeah, it's probably Roland.
Yeah, that's why it's good with him.
Yeah. And we got Upgraded Vicious Blow, it's a staple, and then we got Relic Hunter and Charisma if you want more accessory or ally slots. Carcosa.
Carcosa, no stone unturned. This is like Prepared for the Worst, but for any card, for anyone. It's pretty solid, especially when it's fast. Anatomical Diagrams, this is your time to shine, buddy. Garbage if you're not playing the +3 sanity one, but like pretty okay if you are.
Yep.
You pick a non-elite enemy or location to the end of the active investigator's turn. The enemy gets -2 fight, -2 evade. Good way to get away from an enemy that's like maybe a little tough you're not prepared for if you're having trouble staying up. Also pretty neat if you're playing those like parlay events that care about their fist value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played this card literally yesterday. Yeah.
How'd it go?
And I actually made it so, because it's part of the thing. The video's coming out tomorrow on YouTube where I build 18 decks with one collection. And it was Tony and Daisy, and I used it on the conglomeration of spheres, and then Tony got 2 like God sort them out in the round.
That's pretty sick.
The cards aren't good, but they have their uses, and this is a good use of that. And then also with those like interrogate cards, I think that's kind of.
I'm happy to see. I've had like sort of I've looked at this card a couple times. I'm like, I bet this card is good sometimes.
Yeah, and well, the new also, if you have Scarlet Keys, it's good with the exposed weakness as well. You can just kill an enemy. Yeah.
Yeah, that is good. Next up, we got Logical Reasoning. 2 brain symbols, and then get rid of a troublesome Frozen Fear or something like that. Great card.
Also works well if you took too much horror to play your anatomical diagrams.
Yeah,
which is exactly also what I did yesterday.
Who's playing these?
Daisy was playing the Logical Reasoning. Tony was playing the anatomical diagrams. He commits for a fist.
Why? If you have 5 or more remaining sanity, you start with 5, Justin.
Yeah, but I had Lonnie Ritter. It was fine.
Oh my god. It clearly wasn't 5. You had Logical Reasoning to play it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't fine. But it worked. That's all that matters. My machine worked.
Anyway, we got On the Hunt. This guarantees you to draw an enemy, which is good for a lot of the Guardian cards.
Yeah.
Especially tactics you can play, care about enemies, your location.
And also because you only have 3 brain, having an enemy instead of a Rotting Remains is kind of huge.
Yeah. Let me handle this. You have like a pretty solid defensive stat line actually with 3 in brain and 2 in foot and the ability to deal with enemies. So this is a great way to protect teammates. Honestly, should be in the staple video, but whatever.
It might be.
Yeah, Inspiring Presence is a great way to get extra use out of your allies that damage themselves for effects like Greet and the Beat Cop. Calling in Favors, again, another ally synergy card. Lets you like reset one of those damage allies and play another one for free or near free. Great card for Parallel Roland. Forewarned, just keep you from dying in the Mythos phase is really all it's here for.
Yeah.
There's like some new synergy, I guess, with the new clue drop cards from Scarlet Keys, but I don't know which ones of those he can play because it's not press pass.
He can play the healing one. No, that's also put clues down. I think that's all. I think he just plays the put stuff down. He can't play the take advantage of stuff.
Yeah, that's tough. We have Upgrade Shortcut here, which is just better in some scenarios.
Yeah.
Ever Vigilant, really fantastic setup card, and really fantastic to play fast. Also commits for 2 books if you're not playing with Stick to the Plan, as like a puts up to 5 book, which is a nice number for a RAM investigation.
Yep.
Ambush is a tactic, which feels better when it's fast. Yeah.
Do you know what I kind of like this with? You play this, and then next turn, you play it as your last action, and then next turn you play On the Hunt.
That's pretty sick.
And then you just like kill the enemy. That's a level 5 Warder Protection, baby.
I played this card once.
Yeah.
It was in one of our mass multiplayer games. I played it in Nathaniel Cho.
Okay,
it was
the box,
good the one time I played it.
That's sick. No, that's sick.
Yeah. I don't know how good it is otherwise. 2 money and the experience is a lot for just 2 damage.
But... Yeah, if it was enters, the value would shoot right up, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see a level 2 version of that. And we got better 45 automatic because sometimes you need more punch. Like your stats have to scale with the game, so that's the way to do that.
Yep.
Stick to plan, you can still play. Tactics are things that you can play a lot of, so get 3 of those, and or supply events like that level 2 emergency cache.
Let's
my
go.
god! And then Key Vista is like pretty good
It's
card that you can play.
It's just good. All right, on to the Forgotten Age. We're in Snake City. This one's
neat cards now.
This one's coming out right away, so that's pretty exciting. Scene of the crime. This is the one we talked about, where you can discover clues of enemies at your location. Gives you clues. Can trigger that one directive if you choose that. Really nice. Coup de grace is a tactic. Deal damage to enemy location. If it defeats enemy, draw a card. If it's your turn, end your turn. That is actually like a nice little like fast action for your last thing.
Yeah, you can like squeeze in as the last one, and if you don't get enough of the extra damage or whatever.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid.
Improvised weapon and winging it are both they're both tactics, which is neat. You can both play them from your discard pile, and if you do, you get better. A nice thing about this is that they are both relevant for Roland's stat line.
Yeah.
The -1 fight, +1 fist, the -1 shroud, +1 book, and they both do something positive. You'll have to find a way to get them into your discard pile, and sometimes that might just be playing them. That might be, but because they are tactics, they're going to feel less bad because you can play them fast.
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah. Survival knife is a weapon. It's in the weapon video. Venturer can give you more ammo or supply, but probably more ammo for your sick-ass gun.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Take the initiative is a staple, just a bunch of symbols and really helpful during the Mythos phase.
Practiced.
And it's practiced, yes. Handcuffs allows you to. This is the you can basically lock down a humanoid enemy. You can put them under arrest. You evade them with your fist, and if it's not elite, it cannot ready, and doom cannot be placed on it.
Yeah, this one's pretty niche, mostly for the cards like Scene of the Crime that care about an enemy being at your location, where you can like evade them, slap the handcuffs on them, and then like just engage them again and carry them around forever.
Yeah, and then that also means that whenever you discover a clue, you're now always drawing a card with that one directive. Backpack's a staple. It's really good, and it somehow gets even better in the return too.
Yeah, that's wild.
Reliable is an upgrade. You attach it to an item as you control, you get +1 to each of your skills on that item. Put it on the gun. Put it on your weapon and just shoot. Well prepared, you can. It basically just turns each of your assets into maybe a perception or half a perception or an unexpected courage or half an unexpected courage. It's a really fun build around, and we have a whole video about it that you can find on our channel. Custom ammunition, you get to put more bullets on a firearm asset you control, and it deals more damage against monster enemies.
It's a lot of monsters.
There's a lot of monsters. More things are monsters than you'd expect in this game. Yeah. And then we got Time Worn Brand. This is notable because you don't get
like good weapons.
Yeah, your weapons don't really scale in the way they would if you had a Guardian 0 to 5 class.
Yeah, like especially, I mean, you have like a little bit of flexibility there if you're playing, if you have the Circle Undone, because you get the 45 Thompson and the Enchanted Blades at level 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you need like just a really reliable weapon, you're willing to pay a bunch of experience for it.
That's the one.
Yeah. Circle Undone. We get lots of neat cards here because Joe was in this cycle. It's Interrogate. It's the one that I was talking about. This one lets you parlay. You choose a humanoid enemy at your location. Test book or fist 3. Gets +X difficulty where X the chosen enemy's damage value. If you succeed, you discover a clue your location. 1 clue at any location. It's tagged again in the site, so clearly it must be very good for Parallel Roland.
Yeah, it's double good.
It's double good.
It's double fast. You actually gain an action when you play it. That's not true. Don't quote me on that.
Delay the Inevitable is like you kind of gain an action.
You do, yeah.
But to Interrogate, no. Yeah, Delay the Inevitable. Next time you take damage, you wouldn't. And that's basically what this card does. There's a lot of text to say that.
Yeah.
Connect the dots. Fast play after you discover the last clue at your location. Discover 2 clues location with a lower printed shroud value than your location. Like it's a little expensive at 4 resources, but it commits for 2 books, and you know if you're getting clues, it's a solid way to kind of scum clues off of a different location. Crack the Case is a very valuable economy card. It's a staple, and even if you are, because economy is so important to Roland, being both a guardian or playing like a bunch of events or allies, which cost $1 million money, like you probably want to find room for this in your deck.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the one who discovers the clue, so you can just hang around your resident seeker and like
protect them and get some value.
Protect them.
Yeah. I'm here to protect you.
Yeah. We got Warring Shot. This is a tactic and a trick. You spend ammo for firearm asset you control to move all non-elite enemies at your location to a connecting location. This action doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity. Like, yeah, a lot of these random tactics here are just slightly better for Parallel Roland, which makes them, like, actually pretty playable when they're fast, so...
Yeah, and also just to, like, the whole point of this video is to also just show you cards that, hey, you might not have thought of this card at all in the last 5 years of playing this game. Here's Warning Shot.
Yeah, Warning Shot's a nice one to put on to Stick to the Plan, too, just like a panic button.
Yeah, definitely.
It's nice to have a little toolbox sort of build. Act Desperation, another great economy card for Roland, if you're not relying on a melee weapon or like a single gun that you're going to juice up with a bunch of upgrades. When your gun's empty, you can throw it and get your money back and still do damage.
Yeah.
And you can do it fast.
Fast attacks, baby. There's not a lot of fast attacks in this game.
Fast fight actions are like pretty premium.
Yeah. You have to pay a lot for them or be Tony Morgan.
Yeah. Steadfast, just a solid skill. Thompson and Channel Blade are just both good weapons.
Yeah.
Alice Luxley is a good ally that is somewhat uniquely good for Parallel Roland. Puts up to 4 book, and after you discover a clue, you can exhaust her, deal damage to an enemy in your location. This kind of like fits into sort of some of those Rube Goldberg machiney things. Mm-hmm. Where, like, you know, you can exhaust your beat cop to shoot an enemy, and then it dies. You can exhaust your Bree Wagner to get a clue, and then you can exhaust Alice Luxley to shoot another enemy.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of effort for
honestly
like 1 damage.
It is one of those things that what Alice will do, though, is that if you are planning on doing the thing where, like in the more player count games, it's possible at lower player count, but like everything's just easier at higher player counts.
Yeah.
To have someone grab the enemy, you get a card and you deal damage to them.
Easier.
Yeah.
Boy, I got a story for you after we're done recording.
Let's go!
Hollowed Mirror, really good. I mean, not necessarily really good. It sees a lot of play because there's nothing else to really play in that slot, especially at level 0. But really a solid Guardian accessory. Gives you some healing in your deck, a little bit of card draw. Can heal off allies, which is nice flexibility.
Yep.
Good card. Ace Swords puts up to 5 Fist. That's good. 45 Thompson and then Enchanted Blade do the thing better.
I love Guardian 45 Thompson.
I do too.
You're just like, I'm going to put this money on layaway inside my gun. It's great. It's a cool card.
It is. Well maintained. Plays extremely well with Active Desperation. It's fast. Play during your turn. Attach an item asset. And then when it is discarded, you return the item and all other upgrade attachments to your hand. Great way to keep your cards
oh my god
in hand.
Active Desperation, 45 Thompson. Let's go!
So much money. My god. And then level 2 I've had worse is looks like a pseudo healing card, but it is actually an economy card, and those are important.
Sorry, I was just having a panic attack because I could not remember who the Guardian survivor is, but no, that's Tommy. It's Tommy Muldoon. All right, on to Dream Eaters. First watch, this allows you to look at encounter cards equal to the number of players when players withdraw them, and then you get to divvy them out. You can't give any player more than 1 except for you. You can take as many as you want. 4. Yeah. Practice makes perfect. It is good. You gotta look through the top 9, find a practice card, commit it. If it succeeds, it goes back into your hand.
Yeah, Roland has the best card pool for it. Actually, no, he doesn't. Base Roland does.
Yeah, base Roland
if you're
does.
playing front with regular back, but it's still like solid.
Yeah.
You can get perceptions and stuff on it.
And leaderships, yeah.
Yep.
Solemn Vow allows you to move damage from other players onto you or your allies in play. Just a good way to kind of like be a soaky tank for the team.
Yep. And it's like 3 guts into your deck, which is pretty nice.
Yep. Daring is just a good skill for if you're planning on fighting or evading, because it replaces itself after and gives you 3. And most enemies have Retaliate nowadays.
I like it a lot for Roland, actually. Like, it can let you evade at 5 in a pinch if you really need to. But most of the time, it's like, it puts you up to 7 punch, which is good.
Yep. Tetsuo Mori is just the ally who is here to die and find you guns and other items.
He's really actually a hero.
Yeah.
He really is.
At this point now, he is definitely worthy of the staple sticker, but he does not have it. He's just a very...
we made those videos like 4 years ago.
Yes. So Tetsuo, he's just a very good guy. Fool Me Once, it's basically kind of like Mythos Protection. It's like a Ward of Protection where it's like you draw it, and then you get to put it attached to a card, a treachery you drew, and then when someone else draws it, you can cancel it.
Yeah, it plays really nicely with cards like First Watch and Let Me Handle This.
Yep. Swift Reload allows you to load an ammo up to its X value. Oh, Thompson. And it's like gold coming out. It's so good. It's so good. And it's already fast, too. I mean, but also, like, with
your bullets in gold, bro. I can sell them later.
With your 38, also just more uses of that is always good.
Yeah, it's got 4 ammo, right?
I don't remember.
I think it's 4.
Yeah, it might be.
So the base one's 3. I think it gets 1 more.
You know what? We can look.
We can.
Why don't you look while I'm doing Safeguard?
No, we should sit here and make them watch this.
He'll be farther back. So Safeguard is when you move. So when someone else moves, you can follow them for the remainder of their turn.
That's good.
It's very good.
It's 4 ammo.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. If you don't have to spend time moving, like, that's really good. It's nice to not have to move. Leadership, the upgraded version, is very nice. If it's successful when committed to a skill test being performed by another investigator, that investigator also gains 2 resources, and you gain 2 resources.
How movement effects like Safeguard work with the directive? It says you can't move more than twice each turn.
Oh, great question. Let's see if we can solve this mystery.
I mean, even if we come with ads, so there's like a 50% chance
that it's
we're
wrong.
Just wrong.
Yeah.
For reasons.
I'm on the Burn the World part of this right now.
Okay.
You cannot move more than twice each round. Then I would say you can only move twice. It counts towards your movements. So if they move 3 times, you can't move with them the last time. Because it doesn't say move action, it says move.
How does that interact with moving? Like, what if you play that card from Innsmouth that costs 1? With the house on it?
Oh, the... We'll get there. We have the binder. I know the one you're thinking of. It's like seeking the truth beckons. Choose an unreal location. Move 1 location time along the shortest path toward that location until you enter that location.
So is each one of those count as 1 move, or is it just 1 move action because the move is involved?
I'm gonna say.
That's an insight. You can play that. You can play this. This is a real question you might have.
I'm gonna say, if I had to guess, that you move twice and then you stop. Okay. And you're like, so, can't break any more rules. That's my guess.
I bet it only counts as 1 move action because that seems like the cooler thing, and that seems to be how the rules are decided.
Yeah, that's usually how things go. Yeah. Then we got Heroic Rescue. This is a spirit and a tactic. When a non-elite enemy would attack another investigated location, move to that location. If you're not already there, engage that enemy and resolve its attack against you, then deal it 1 damage. This you can kind of tank for them, and also it's just, Also can be movement as well.
Yeah.
No. You know which cards you can tell which cards we know, which cards are like, oh yeah, what does this do again?
Yeah, because we read the entire effect out loud.
Yeah, and then there's someone like, this card goes, zo.
Yeah.
All right, Travis.
Hey, so Roland can kind of, Roland really can't play many of the Blessed or Cursed archetypes, if I'm being honest. You can play some of the really good Blessed and Cursed cards, but you don't have access to any of the high level payoffs.
Yeah, and also this is something that I've seen in discourse in our Discord channel, which you should join, by the way, down in the description. To me, a Curse and Bless deck doesn't really function unless you have some way to, like you needed the baseline to, truly be a Bless Curse deck. You need at least a Covenant that you can take advantage of, right? You need, that payoff to the tokens where it's not just, because if you're putting Bless tokens in and you have no way to, either find them out, consistently draw them, or take advantage of them, it's not a Bless Curse deck. If you're running Holy Rosary to put Blesses in while passing tests, that's just getting extra value.
You're just playing the Holy Rosary, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, because you can't run a Covenant that's good.
A Guardian deck with Holy Rosary as a Bless deck?
I don't know, I've just seen the discourse on Bless being you just they don't do anything. And it's because they don't do anything because a Covenant allows you to do something with them, right? A Blessing of Isis allows you to do something with them.
I mean, Bless tokens I think the design philosophy behind them is like blessed tokens they do something, so you need to use them to pay for other cards.
Yeah.
Because they have inherent value in giving you +2.
Yes.
Whereas curse tokens are used as a cost for other cards because they are detrimental to you.
Yeah. And like a blessed deck is not a deck that puts blesses in to hope to use those to pass tests. That is not a blessed deck.
No, that's a stupid thing to do.
Yeah. That'll lead you down a bad road. So, but a blessed deck, if you, as soon as you put Ancient Covenant in your deck and there's blessed tokens, like, oh baby, you're a blessed deck.
Yeah.
Because that's just as like one token pass a test. Then you get Favor of the Sun, or you just get Holy Spear and you start stabbing, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we talked about that when we were doing archetype videos where, like, at least in my mind, the archetype has to have, like, enablers and payoffs.
Yep, 100%.
For it to, like, be that archetype. You can't just have the enablers, because then, like, why are you
Where's
doing the
your
thing?
payoff?
You can't have the payoffs, because then, like, how, like, what are they paying off? You're not
Yeah.
doing anything.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think in closing to echo Travis's statement, Roland Banks probably can't build a good blessed deck on a Parallel Roland.
yeah, probably not.
No. Like, you can put blessed tokens in and then put them back with Ancient Covenant, but does not make a blessed deck.
Yeah, like, you can't play Ancient Spirit or Holy Spirit. You can't play Nephthys.
Yeah. You can play Blessing of Isis, I think.
Yeah, but why?
But why? Because that doesn't really... It lets you flip a directive face down. That's basically just like drawing a blessed token. Yeah. But he is able to use Deep Knowledge, Stirring Up Trouble, which are fantastic cards.
They are really, really good, especially when they're fast.
Yeah. The downside is, though, that he does not get to use the Blasphemous Covenant, which really softens those cards.
You need that.
But, I mean, you also could, like, if you wanted to, you could run... No, you just run these cards and have other people draw them.
Yeah.
Draw the curse tokens, yeah. 100%.
Or just make tests you don't care about.
Yeah, yeah.
Just investigate your 3 book. You're not passing anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Truth Beckons. We just talked about this card. It's a fast move action. It's like a shortcut, kind of.
Yep.
It's pretty good. Righteous Hunt, another sort of fast move action. This one just like puts blessings in as a bonus.
Yep.
So it's like slightly better than shortcut sometimes, I guess.
It also can be fast.
Yeah, I mean that's why. This is the assumption why it would be like shortcut is inherently better than this card because it's fast.
Yeah.
And doesn't cost resources. So. Mm-hmm. And we have Under Surveillance. Roland can play a surprising number of traps.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a very, I mean, like, sort of thematic, because he's an FBI agent, but, like, not really, because he's supposed to be, like, the straight-laced Boy Scout type. But, yeah, let's say evade an enemy after it enters attached location. Yeah, so it has that thing that Ambush doesn't. That's nice.
But I'm pretty sure this actually seems kind of... It's like a janky deck. But, like, you do this, you play the Ambush, you play the Under Surveillance, costs you just a simple 5 resources.
Okay.
And then you play On the Hunt, and you just, like, neutralize that enemy.
Level 0 or level 3 on the Hunt, and you just get your money back.
Then it's really nice, yeah. I think you can also play, Kicking the Hornet's Nest is also a tactic.
Yeah.
Which means that you could also do that with Kicking the Hornet's Nest, which is kind of juicy.
That is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Holy Rosary is good.
It is good.
Yeah, good card. And you know what? They said it would never happen. But it did. Because his upgrade pool is so bad, we have a 1-page Edge of the Earth.
What?
They said it would never happen. It's wild. Anyway, toe-to-toe allows you to deal +1 damage to an enemy, and it's just an automatically successful fight. The only cost is they have to attack you, and normally it also takes an action, but this doesn't.
Fast fight action.
Yeah,
it's good.
Very good.
Very high
toe-to-toe's a
value.
good card. It's also because it's automatically successful, you can commit vicious blows to it to deal extra damage. Scout ahead, move up to 3 times. Enemies do not engage you during this movement. Also an insight. Fast.
But how many times can you actually move, Justin?
If you choose the directive, twice. You know what? I could see them also being like, it's move actions. Yeah, I could see that.
I bet this one is only moved 2 times because it like gives you a number of times you can move.
Oh yeah, but the other one because it's one movement.
It's dependent on the.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
The,
doesn't make
duration of
sense,
the
but
effect.
you could pull the string to get
lots
there.
of the rules don't.
Defensive stance, you can get fist icons equal to your foot or foot icons equal to your fist. And it's practice, but you cannot commit it from practice makes perfect.
No.
You can't.
No, you can't. Sometimes you can. You need to pass a foot test.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. On the Trail 1 and on the Trail 3, if there's probably a home for it, it's probably Roland Banks. Parallel.
Yeah.
It allows you to choose an enemy, move twice towards that enemy, and discover a clue at any empty location between you and the chosen enemy. Or the upgraded one is you move twice towards that enemy and discover one clue at each location you entered by this effect.
Every time I read this, I'm like, this reads pretty good, and then the one time I played it, I was like, ugh.
Yeah, no, it's one of the few cards when I ranked everything where I gave it the I regret playing this, because every time I've played this card, I've regretted it.
I bet this card's like kind of a... I bet it's like pretty solid in Edge of the Earth, like specifically, just because the maps are so big.
Yeah.
You know, like someone draws random penguin, you're like, in Sea, the Elder Things, you're like, ooh.
Yeah, and you can just like move twice towards it. Yeah, because
like, suck up 2 clues on your way.
Yeah, this card you're not really looking at it at like a I think the dream of this card isn't real, where you move twice, discover 2 clues, because that's going to happen like 1 out of 20 times you play it.
Yeah.
But if it's just even like a move 2, maybe get a clue, that's worth it.
Shouldn't have any location on yours.
Protective Gear soaks for a bunch and stops hazards. Hazards are usually foot tests.
Yeah, sorry. I think level 1 on the trail is like kind of better than level 3.
I can believe it.
You discover a clue at any empty location between you and the chosen enemy along the shore's path.
It's more likely to go off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like if what I said, like what is like a positive floor for me is getting 1 clue and moving twice, on the trail does that.
Yeah.
The level 1
No,
version.
you don't get to move and get the clue.
Oh, you choose 1.
But still, even just 1 resource
It's
to get test
the versatility that can come from it.
Yeah.
I can see that. We got Bruiser and Sleuth. These are the tricolor talents that do the same thing, where it comes in with 2 resources, replenish them at the start of each round, and they can pay for 3 traits, or during a skill test on one of those traits, you can spend a resource to get +1. Bruiser is armor, firearm, or melee, like, for example, your gun.
Yep.
And Sleuth is charm, tactic, and tome.
It's tactic.
It's for all those charms we've talked about in this video. But, like, seriously, getting your tactics now costing free, the one you're going to play fast each turn, is really nice.
Yeah, either that or, like, getting +2 for the ones that have tests on them. It's pretty sweet, too.
Yeah.
Oh, return 2s. We got level 2 Prosperous Sketches. It doesn't cost any money, which is huge. Which, I mean, you could just play Deep Knowledge, but hey, I'm not here to tell you to do with your experience.
I mean, realistically, you could play Deep Knowledge and Preposterous Sketches.
You could, yeah, that's a lot of cards. We got level 2 Dynamite Blast, which is better. I don't remember how, except that costs 1 less.
I think that's it.
Cool. We have level 2 Physical Training, which commits for good symbols and like doesn't cost money to play it.
Mm-hmm.
We got Bandolier, spare version of Bandolier. You get an extra hand slot and you get +1 brain, which is really nice for Roland.
Yeah, and it's only when you're holding them in 2 of your hand slots, so it's just like also +1 brain most of the time.
Yeah, these extra hand slot ones, actually thought about this but didn't say it when we were talking about Time War Brand, only taking up 1 hand slot, is really nice Parallel Roland, especially if you're playing like a flex roll, because your other hand can just have a flashlight or something like that.
Yep.
It's a good place to be. Level 2 Blackjack, solid weapon for fighting things that are engaged against other people, which plays well into that build that Justin talked about earlier, where like other people hold the enemies while you do things.
Bonk.
Yeah, and then you get to bonk them.
Yep.
Level 2 Survival.
And then you don't kill them and you're like, I did my job.
Yeah, sorry, bud. Your Seeker's like...
Yeah.
Level 2 Survival Knife lets you stab them back first. Great card. Mm-hmm. The Star plays really well with those sort of Rube Goldberg ally archetype cards we were talking about. Get an extra use at your beat cop or whatever. Level 3 Hollowed Mirror lets you... commits for 2 brains. That's kind of neat. I hadn't noticed that before. When you play the Soothing Melody, you either get to heal a combined 3 damage and or horror, or you can still heal a 2, but shuffle a card back into your deck instead of discarding it. This is really nice. And then level 2 Backpack looks at 12 cards instead of 6 for some reason.
Oh my god.
I truly think this card is like too good.
I agree.
I think it's broken.
Yeah, oh yeah.
12 cards is way too many for like to search, especially when you can chain them. It's wild.
Like this, I would play it at. I'd play this at 9 probably because it gets you 3 cards. 12 is kind of
this
wild.
card should still cost 2 resources and look at 9. I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
This one's me.
It is you. It's gonna be a longer one.
Yeah, this one will be a little bit long. Burning the Midnight Oil. You investigate, gain resources when you do. It's an insight. Play it fast. Get resources.
Yeah, fast investigation's nice.
Cryptic Writings is actually kind of sick. It's an insight. It's just, if you don't draw it during your turn, it's actually just free 2 resources.
Yep.
It's,
and if you draw it during your turn, it's 2 free resources.
Yeah, no, the cards, like, and also if you don't need the resources, it's 2 free book. Well, it costs a card. But it's, it's really sick in Parallel Roland if you have that one.
Great economy card for him.
I think you need the directive that makes it fast. Otherwise,
it's just okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you might be able to get away with it if you're playing, like, Deep Knowledge and...
Preposterous Sketches,
But you won't want to play Preposterous Sketches unless you want to play it fast.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, okay.
That is true, yeah.
Okay.
Get over here. You can engage and fight an enemy at your location or connecting location. It's also a tactic, so it can be fast.
Of course it's a tactic, Justin. You think it'd be here if it wasn't a tactic?
Yes.
This is, like, kind of bad
It is
if you're not in Final Joe.
It is, yeah. Greta Wagner, we've been talking about her the whole time. She gives you +1 fist, and also after you defeat an enemy, you can exhaust and deal damage to her to discover a clue at your location. Wow. Very good.
She's evidence.
She's evidence.
She just really doesn't fit. Like, her and B Cop should really be swapped.
Yeah. I think if that would... If, like, they invented the whole thing today, this fits more like a B Cup.
Yeah, like, she's fighting that dude with a spear or whatever.
Because, like, yeah, especially also with the subtitle, The Purifier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we
what are you purifying? Clues? I'm purifying all your questions. Safeguard is just the level 0 version where it just moves once, so you can choose this if you don't want to have any headache issues trying to figure out how the directive rule works.
Yep.
Stand Together gives you and a person resources. Upgraded Evidence is now 2 clues instead if it was 4 health, printed health. Not 4 damage, 4 printed health. Lesson learned is after you take damage from an enemy attack, discover 2 clues at your location. That's a nice card.
I think this card's, like, a lot better than we give it credit for.
I agree.
2 experience is, like, a little tough, but...
But, like, the effect is very good.
Yeah.
And also, like, there's now so much synergy that comes with this. For example, that toe-to-toe from Edge of the Earth. Also, like, upgraded Guard Dog in Scarlet Keys can also do this. Like, this is a card that Daniela wishes she could take.
Yeah, she does.
But what this also... I had a thought of what this also... This also works with the directive, where you can get attacked by an enemy and, like, get some clues and then draw a card. Glimpse the Unthinkable. You draw a card, shuffle any number of your non-weakness cards in your hand into your deck, then draw that many cards.
And this card is great for Parallel Roland. Like, just get to mulligan your hand, and, like, especially if you're playing cards like Cryptic Resources. Like,
yeah, definitely. Yeah. I like Glimpse the Unthinkable.
Like, actually costs you nothing.
Upgraded Cryptic Writings is now 3 or 4 if you have 10 or more cards in your hand. You're probably not going to get there. But a fast e-cash is a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It commits for, what, like, 2 book or something else?
Yep. Mind Over Matter, you can add your book to your fist to your foot and draw a card.
Actually a great card for Roland too, I think.
Yep.
The level 0-1 is, don't play level 0-1.
Yeah, because you just use your book for your fist, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Or your foot, but still +1 for a card is probably not worth it. Get over here, the upgraded version. It's also now fast, but you can also play it during any lightning bolt window. Wow. Yeah. You're going to engage and fight up to 2 locations away this time.
Some guys are going to punch your teammate, and you're like, hang on, you sprint over from a different town, like the other side of Arkham, and punch him.
Yeah. Well, you actually suck it to you. So that's actually hot tech.
Oh, yeah.
After 100 enemies move, then you just bring it to you and it punches you.
You have under surveillance, and they just get locked down. You're like,
let's go! That's so sick. Dynamite Blast, the level 3 version. It's now fast.
Play during any lightning bolt window.
Enemies move into your location. Oh, see you in hell.
It's like, get over here.
That's so bad, but so sick. And then we have Greta Wagner, the upgraded version. She gives you a book, and now you can also discover clue to connecting location. Very nice upgrade. And I had one more meat soak as well. We have Galvanize, which allows you to ready a Guardian asset you control, and you may take additional action during your turn, which can only be used to fight. This works really well for cards that exhaust, like, hey, Greta Wagner. Or, probably, like, B-Cop. Or, I mean, Butterfly Sword's level 2.
Field Agent.
Yeah.
Alice Luxie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have the upgraded Overpower.
Well prepared.
Well prepared. Yeah, actually, honestly, yeah. Well prepared is kind of sick.
Yeah.
Overpower. More.
Yeah. That's actually pretty sick boss tech. Like, you get to overpower to punch you should try like a mark deck or something with a shotgun. You're well prepared your shotgun attack, and Galvanize you're well prepared and shoot again.
Oh yeah. I played Galvanize with a Lily Chen's Butterfly Sword deck, and it's a good card. Galvanize, like if you just have to build around it.
Yeah, I don't think Galvanize is bad. It's just really narrow.
Yeah.
That's
all
it.
right. That's it.
Wow, this deck's all blue. We didn't include any of the cool spicy cards.
That's what I was thinking when I made it too. I was like, oh, it's just all the blue cards.
Oh yeah, it's just the deck I played, because that's the one I had experience with.
That's great, yeah.
Yeah, so we have Red Tape, Consult Experts, Leave No Doubt. So we have +3 Sanity, we have extra ally slot, can't do damage to them, and we have Leave No Doubt. Which one's Leave No Doubt? Is that Fast Insight? It's gotta be Fast Insight.
Cannot move more than twice.
Okay, Red Tape is the Fast Insight one.
And then Consult Experts is the
I knew that
one.
Yeah. So we have 45 automatic, Machete, and Roland's 38 special as our weapons. Then we have just a big pile of allies, really. Got some Alice Luxley, some Great Wagners here. 2 handcuffs to keep enemies on you for your interrogates and for your scene of the crimes. On the Hunt and First Watch both help with that as well. Stand Together is just economy. We have Take the Initiative, Unexpected Courage, to not fail tests, mostly Mythos tests. Vicious Blow makes you a little bit more effective in fighting monsters. Backpack will help you find a weapon or your Holy Rosary. And then the experience and your handcuffs as well. The experience in the deck went into the level 3 version of Greet Wagner and a level 2 version of the Holy Rosary, as in, like the one that you can play. Oh, there's also 2 emergency caches hiding down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sneaky. It's just like a really super basic Roland deck. It doesn't really lean towards abusing any of the directives in particular. You could definitely swap out like the Consult Experts for something different. Spend your experience on something different. This one was just intended to be like a very
and I think that
pile of cards that are good.
Especially because you can go so many ways with the directives. I think you should kind of like honestly like tweak the deck list to what interests you in the video we talked about.
Looking at it now, I would honestly say like don't play this exact list. I would like look at what you want to play and then change like 6 cards from it to make it match that.
Yeah, it's not like where it's like normal Roland where it's like it has a pretty straightforward plan. This plan changes depending on what you want to do. All right, well, thanks for watching, everybody. Who's our next one? Let's see who our next one of these is going to be.
We're done with all the cool ones, right?
You know what? I don't probably. No, Arkham or LCG. Expanded. Let's see who's next. Rex Murphy.
Oh, I love Rex Murphy.
We have Rex, Tony, Marie, Bob. Oh, then we got the Edge of the Earth ones.
Yeah, they're all together.
Oh my god, we're actually almost done.
I should probably revise those Edge of the Earth ones.
Probably.
I should probably take a peek at those.
But yeah, so Rex Murphy for the next expanded guide in 2 weeks. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support the channel, you can do so by liking the video, commenting, or if you want to support us on Patreon, you can. You can find a link down in the description. Lowest tier starts at $3 a month. It gets you 2 deck lists each month. Wow, in addition to all the deck lists. I mean, it's basically supporting the YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one. And as always, a GG's.